Have you ever come across a story that feels so perfect, so balanced? It's almost like a law of nature. Well, what if the author built that perfect little world for one reason and one reason only? To smash it to pieces with a single phrase. Yeah, let's get into it. So we're diving straight into the Zhuangzi, this incredible ancient Chinese text just packed with these mind-bending tales. And it opens with this creature, the kun. I want you to just forget any fish you've ever seen or imagined. Its size is literally beyond our ability to measure. We're talking thousands of li. That's an ancient unit for distance. It's just impossibly big. All right, section 1, a fish of impossible size. So we're meeting the kun and this other creature, the Peng. But trust me, this is way more than just a cool monster story. See, this isn't some slow evolutionary crawl. The text uses a specific word, hua, which means a sudden, almost magical transformation. It's a metamorphosis. Poof! 1 second, it's a fish, and the next, it's something totally different. A complete and instantaneous change of its very being. So, out of this fish, the kun, we get this bird, the Peng. And you guessed it, just like its fish form, the Peng is just incomprehensibly massive. It's the perfect opposite, the perfect counterpart to the kun, a master of the sky, just as the kun was the master of the sea. The writer here, Zhuangzi, he's not just trying to impress us with a giant monster. He's using this incredible imagery, wings that literally block out the sun, to push our minds. He wants to force us to think on a scale that just breaks our everyday sense of reality. Okay, so as the story keeps going, you start to see this perfectly structured world taking shape. It's this beautiful, symmetrical universe. Everything is built on these clean lines and this sense of perfect cosmic balance. And what's really amazing is that in the original Chinese, the text is basically a perfect poetic couplet. The line describing the kun is almost an exact mirror image of the line describing the Peng. This isn't an accident. This symmetry is meant to give you a feeling of deep, profound order. And this structure lays out a world of these clean, neat opposites. You've got north versus south, a journey across the world. You have sea versus sky, a journey up. You have fish versus bird, a transformation. It feels like everything has its place in this predictable, orderly system. It all makes perfect sense, right? Well, maybe not. So we have this perfectly balanced world, and the Peng begins its epic journey. It takes off from the northern sea, heading for its cosmic opposite, the southern sea. A simple trip, but then we get the line that breaks everything. You'd think this is a classic mythic cycle, The hero goes up, travels, and then has to come back down to finish the quest. The Peng flies into the sky, so it has to land in the southern sea eventually. But Zhuangzi, he has this absolutely radical twist waiting for us. And there it is. That's the line. With this one tiny, almost throwaway phrase, the entire perfect, balanced structure we were just admiring, it completely shattered. So what in the world is a celestial lake? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a lake, a sea, up in the heavens. The destination, the southern sea, it isn't another ocean on the ground on the other side of the planet. No, the sea is the sky. Just think about what that really means for a second. That neat, clean line between down here and up there has just completely dissolved. The sea and the sky, those two opposite realms we started with, they've just merged into one. The penguin isn't flying to the sea anymore. It's already flying in it. And that brings us to our final part, beyond the horizon, and to the biggest question of all. Why? Why would Zhuangzi build this beautiful, orderly universe just to smash it? What on earth is he trying to show us? The whole point is to completely deconstruct the way we think. He's showing us how much we depend on these simple, binary opposites to make sense of our world. And by making the sea and the sky collapse into one, he's asking, well, what about all these other opposites? Beginning and end? This and that? Maybe even right and wrong? Maybe they aren't as separate as we like to believe. Honestly, the story is meant to give you a kind of philosophical vertigo. It's designed to push your perception to a place where the familiar rules just don't work anymore. It's an invitation to step into a reality that's way more fluid, more connected, and more boundless than our neat little categories can ever contain. And that's really the core message right there. It's a direct challenge to the comfortable way we all put the world into these neat little boxes. Zhuangzi is telling us that real wisdom doesn't come from reinforcing those boxes, but from learning to see right through them. And he shows us that you don't need some huge, earth-shattering event to change everything. All it takes is one little phrase. It's like putting a single finger on a perfectly balanced scale. That one thought, the southern sea is the celestial lake, is all it takes to tip over an entire worldview. And that's the question this ancient story really leaves us with. It starts with a giant fish, but it ends by challenging the very ground we stand on and the sky above us. Because of something as fundamental as the opposition between sea and sky can just collapse? What other certainties in our own lives are just an illusion, waiting for a single new thought to show us their true boundless nature?